మళ్ళీ మమ్మల్ని ఇస్తుంది ముందు మీరు బయటికి పోరు ఆరు తర్వాత స్టేషన్ ఎవరు పోరు పోరు బయటికి
Good morning, students. So now in today's class, we have to discuss with that up to 3 units completed. So for up to last class. So once in today's class, once we have to revise the concepts from unit 1 to up to unit 3. In the first unit, mainly we have to discuss with that why the data mining and what is the data mining and the data mining concepts. So here, data mining, simply you can say that huge amount of data, whatever the data you have in all over the world in different databases. From those databases, you have to retrieving based on the given keywords. So for example, let us see in real-time environment, Google search. In the Google search, just we have typing the keywords. Based on that keywords, that appropriate information, where you have that all databases, that information you have to display it on screen. So how you have to get retrieving the data from the various databases with the data mining concepts on. So here, data mining turns a large collection of data into the knowledge. So simply you can say that Google search, that is the search engine, receives the hundreds of millions of queries every day. Each query can be viewed as a transaction where the user describes her is information need. For example, just we have to typing a keyword. Only one people, one person will have to typing the keyword. Similar way, nearly hundreds millions of queries are required. Queries receives for every day. So how we can extract the information from the huge collection of data? So by using the data mining concepts only, easily can retrieve the data. And here, this is regarding to that data mining. So here, all over the world, we have the number of companies are there. In all those companies, every company, they have to maintain their own databases. From those databases, just you have to typing a particular keyword, that appropriate information you have to retrieve from the huge collection of data. So here, that is simply you can say that data mining. That is simply call it as data mining. So how the data mining is evaluated in information technology? Data mining is simply say that data collection and data classification. So here, before the data mining, from the evaluation process of the data mining, from older days in 1960s, generally you have to use the file structures, files. So in C programming, you have to use the files to storing the information, read and write and execute. So read and write permissions, the file is open and you have to store the information. That is simply you can say that whatever the data you have, all the data you have to store into the files. So after storing the information, the data you have to collect it from the data. Simply you can say that the data you have to collect it and store into that information. That is the data collection and database creation. So after that, once the database is created, data is collected, database is created. Next one, files is once files is created, then after they have to introduce the new concept, that is the database technology. So in the database technology, you have to create it. It is a simply you can say that it is a primitive file processing. In the primitive file processing, all the data you have to store into the files now. Later, they have to design and created the one new thing, that is the database. So generally here in 1970s, they have to introduce this database. In these databases, you can store the information, structured information only you have to store into these systems. that is the database management systems. In 1960s to 1980s, you have to use this database management system. Then once the database you have to create it, the structured data you have to store it into that database. Generally, what type of databases you have to store? What type of data you have to store into that database? Here, you can store the data like hierarchical and network database systems, relational database systems, data modeling, entity relationship models, indexing and accessing model methods, query languages, that is the SQL, uh, query languages SQL, user interfaces, forms and reports, query processing and optimization, transaction and concurrency control, and recovery. So online transaction processing. So this type of database management systems, we have to use it in 1970s to 1980s. That is simply all are related to the database management system. So after that, in 1980s, they have to introduce new advanced database systems like extended relational models, object relational models, managing the complex data, spatial databases, temporal multimedia databases, sequence and structured databases, scientific and engineering, moving objects. So like this way, advanced database systems they have to design in mid 1980s. So older this first one, all the data you have to store into the files only. You know the file structures. So in that files you have to store that in magnetic tape, or you have to store that data. Later, once the database you have to introduce structured information only, you have to store it into that databases. Then the various types of databases we have to create it. In all those databases, only first cases only text related data only stored in older days. Later, they have to introduce the new database, that is the graphical and video data also we can store into the databases. That is the advanced database systems, data streams and cyber physical data systems. We have to store into this advanced database systems. Once you have to storing the information, that is the web-based databases, XML, semantic web, managing uncertain data, data cleaning, integration of the heterogeneous sources, text-based systems, integration with that. So different types of database systems, advanced database systems, they have introduced in mid 1980s. So next, cloud computing also they have to introduce in 1980s, mid 1980s. Later in 1990s, they have to introduce the up to now different databases you have to create it, mid 1980. After that, they have to in 1990 start in 1990 exactly. So you have to analyze the data. That is the advanced data analyst generally you have to represent. Mainly here up to now you are whenever you want to process, that is the OLTP technology you have to use. Online transaction processing generally you have to use. But whenever the data analyst is introduced to analyze the data, that you have the huge amount of data, from that data you have to analyze which is the maximum value, which is the minimum value, what is the average of salary. So all things you have to discuss here. once the data analyst, that is here, when the data analysis, whenever you want to process, so here they have to introduce the new concept, that is the OLAP technology. That is the OLAP means that is the online analytical process. This is the analytical processing, and that means we have the huge data, particularly a particular database. That database we have to analyze. Analyze means what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is the mean value, what is the standard deviation value. So all things we have to analyze with this analytical processing. So here that is a new thing. Whenever you have to analyze it, is you have to starting, that is the data mining concept you have to introduce. That is the data mining and knowledge discovery, classification, clustering, outlier analysis, associations, correlations, comparatives. These are all things we have to discuss here. And data mining applications, business, society, retail, banking, telecommunications. So different types of applications we have to use this data mining. Data mining and the society, invisible data mining, privacy preserving data minings. So these are all things we have to discuss with that data analyst. Nowadays, most of the people working on data analyst role. So R programming, Python. So most of the programming concepts they have to work based on that data analyst role. That is a future generation for that information systems. That is simply you can say that evolution of database system technology. So from this data mining, first you have the huge data. For example, how you have to data mining you have to apply. So first one, that is inconsistent data is there all over the world. For the every database have the inconsistent, and all these data you have to collect it. How we can collect it, and how we can arrange the data into the particular format, that is the data warehouse. That is like simply call it as multi-dimensional cubes. So multi-dimensional cubes, once we have to define, easily retrieve the data. Actually, here we have the different types of databases are there. How these data you have to analyze. So in that case, mainly, so first one, you can process it. How you can process it? For example, we have to take, we have the vast number of books in a particular place. All books are not in order. For example, some books are related to the electronics, some books are related to the computers. So like this way, all the data you have, but you don't have any order. So first, these all books, we have to arrange it into the department-wise books. We have to separate it, and at the same time, subject-wise also you have to separate it. Easily, we can pick the books. Okay, whenever you want to require a particular book, directly go to that place and easily you can pick. Okay, so that's the way easily you can extract the information from the extract the information from the various databases. So first we have to, whatever the data you have all over the world you are using, that entire data you have to arrange it into the particular format. So after defining the particular format, easily you can pick the values. So then after, what is the data mining? You know that data mining is simply, you can say that data mining is searching for the knowledge, searching for the knowledge. So first all unordered data, you have to arrange it into the ordered data, and that knowledge, based on that knowledge, you can extract the information based on the keywords. So here, data mining, simply you can say that knowledge mining from data, knowledge extraction, data pattern analysis, data degrading. So, for example, we have to taking the mines. From that mines, that is the not in a, not in a, for example, mining means simply we have the huge amount of data that is in not in order. First, the data you have to define as an order. Easily we pick the appropriate information. So here, the data mining is a step-by-step process of knowledge discovery. Knowledge discovery. Here, the data cleaning and remove the noises, inconsistent data. See here, I will show the diagram. See here, this diagram which shows. This is the simply you can say that that is the data mining step in the process of knowledge discovery. Simply step by step. First, all the databases we have. This is the all the databases we have to consider here. This is the databases. Then after, first the databases we have to arrange it. This is the unordered data. This data you have to arrange it into the flat files. That is, you have to represent it as data warehouse. That is the cleaning and integration. That is the data pre-processing you have to do here at the database level. Once the data pre-processing is completed, data warehouse you have to implement it. That is the selection and transformation. So once the selection and transformation you have to complete it, then from that ordered data, you have to extract the what you require. That is the data mining. So once the data with the data mining, you have to retrieve the exact information. That data you have to define as a pattern. That is the evaluation and presentation. Different in the evaluation and presentation, which pattern you have to require the data. So that pattern you have to define clearly. It shows easily can. For example, you have to see in a Google search. In the Google search, just you have to type the keyword. After typing the keyword, that keyword related all web information we have to display it all. Similar way, images also you have to represent it, and videos. So that the appropriate pattern easily you can represent it there. Finally, you can get the knowledge. So that is simply you can say that. Now, what is the data mining? Data mining is a process of knowledge discovery. It is a process of knowledge discovery. Clear? Next one. So data cleaning, remove the noise and inconsistent data. Data integration. What is the data integration? Where the multiple data sources may be combined, and what is the data selection? Where the data is relevant to the analysis uh, retrieved from the database. Data transformation, where the data is transformed and consolidated into the forms appropriate for mining for the performing summary or aggregate operations. Data mining is essential process for where intelligent methods are applied to extract data patterns. Pattern evaluation, to identify the truly intersecting patterns representing the knowledge-based interestingness measures. Finally, knowledge representation. So how you can visualize, where the visualization and knowledge representation techniques are used to present my knowledge to users. So this is simply call it as data mining is the process of discovering interesting patterns and the knowledge for the large amounts of data. The data source files can be include databases, data warehouses, web, and other information repositories or data that are streamed into the system dynamically. So finally, what kinds of data can be mined? So database data, ఏ type of data అని మనం mine చేస్తాం. So for example, here you can mine the data, uh, databases data and data warehouses data and transactional data and as well as other kinds of data. So different types of data you can mine with the data mine. See here, this is the what kinds of data can be mined. You know that this is the database data. Uh, Similar way, data warehouse and transactional data, and here we can represent it as other kinds of data. And what kinds of patterns can be mined? Here you can what kinds of patterns can be mined? Data mining functionalities. Here different types of patterns are required to mine whenever you have to mine that data. And data mining functionalities, generally you have to represent the characterization, discrimination, frequent patterns, associations, correlations, classification and regressions, clustering analysis, and outlier analysis. These are all things we have to discuss in that different kinds of patterns. Generally, tasks can be classified into two types of categories. One is the descriptive and the second one is the predictive. Descriptive mining generally represents descriptive tasks are characterized the properties of data in a target data set. So here we have to define the properties. But whereas in predictive mining task, perform the induction on the current data in order to make predictions. So that is simply, you can say that predictive and descriptive. See here, this is the various kinds of patterns to can be mined. First one is the characterization and discrimination. So here, what is the concept description? Generally, these descriptions are can derived using one is the data characterization by summarizing the data of the class. Second one is the data discrimination by comparison of the target class with one set of comparative classes. అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఏదైతే మనకి డేటా ఉందో ఆ డేటా మొత్తాన్ని ఫస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు అనలైజ్. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ కేస్. దట్ ఈస్ సింప్లీ కాల్డ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ data characterization. Second one is data discrimination, comparing with the other data or comparing with the target data or target class. Third one is both characterization and discrimination. Both characterization means first cases so how to summarizing as well as comparison. You can do with this first kinds of pattern, that is the characterization and discrimination. Second one is the patterns, mining frequent patterns, associations and correlations. Frequent patterns means simply most of the people occur frequently in the data. For example, you have to consider frequent patterns. Generally, you have to call it as, for example, you have to go whenever whenever you have to check the online stores or in that stores, most of the people they have to taking the few elements, few items are continuously they have generally most of the people taking some items that will be that is the frequent items you have to move continuously for every month. So those are all items you have to represent it as one pack, that is simply call it as with the mining frequent patterns, associations with the correlation. So that is the association analysis we can do with that. Generally here we have to see, I want to show, so for example, most of the people they have to buy the computer. At the same time, they have to buy the software also. So that is the those all you have to represent it as one pack. Automatically, most of the people they have to purchase that that package. You have to easily they have to pay. Buys the X computer, buys the X software also. Support is 1% and confidence is 50%. So that is the confidence and support. That is simple single dimensional association rule. Mainly we have to represent it here. And the third one is classification and regression for the predictive analyst. Age is, for example, the youth age is particular person is youth and his income is high. That type of people are call it as A grade. If the age is youth and the income is low, that type of people is called as B. Age is low, age is X, he's the middle aged, those people are called C. Age is senior, those people are called C grade. So like this way, that is the classification, regression, predictive analysis we can. Classification is the process of finding a model that describes the distinguished data classes and concepts with the classification only. The model are derived based on that analysis of the set of training data. So this is the training data. Generally, you have to consider from this training data you have to retrieve. And a similar way, a decision tree is a flowchart like a tree structure, where each node denotes a test attribute value. Each branch represents an outcome of the test. The tree leaves represent the classes and class distributions. So decision trees, for example, first whatever the data you have, all the data you have to represent it as in a tree structure. So based on that structure, you have to represent it. That is the decision tree. If then rules mainly you have to use it here. And the next one is the cluster analysis. Cluster analysis is simply you can say that clustering analyze the data objects without considering the class labels. Like in many cases, class label the data, you have to represent it as cluster analysis. So see this diagram which shows like see here this is the diagram which shows uh, all dot points are represented as one dotted circle is there. This is the dotted circle. That dotted circle is represented as is the cluster. Uh, Other than the circle is there, that is the outliers. Okay, that is simply because it is cluster and cluster analysis. This is the all the dotted points within the circle. That is the cluster analysis. And outside the circle, we have to represent the outlier analysis. The data set may be contain objects and not compile general behavior or model of the data. The data objects is also made. There are many data mining methods discard the outliers as noise and exception. All patterns are interesting. So this is regarding to that various types of patterns. Which technologies are used? So all the technologies. So here, what we have to discuss it in the first. This is related to the first unit. Revisions. Once you have to revise the first unit to up to third unit. 3 units are completed. So once you have to revise, I will give the assignment. Not write down that assignment. Again, I will revise. That is the unit 1 to unit 3. So once you have to complete the assignment 1, then we will start the 4th unit, 5th, and 6th unit. Everyone attend the classes. You could not understand related to these data mining concepts. Please let me know. Just type on chat box. Thank you.